Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Conscious Dating Online. I am your host, Francis Mahan. On one of my very first video, I spoke about the importance of dating online and being aware of who we contact. How do we date online, or if we get to meet someone that we connect very well with and communicate with them, how do we secure ourselves during this time of crucial virus infection from not getting infected from someone that perhaps we don't know very well? Recently, I learned about a friend of mine whose father has been dating a lady for almost a year. You figure if you date someone for a year, you trust them very well, and you can stay with them during the pandemic and not have a problem, which is the case in some occasions today. People go out, they socialize, they drink, they go to bars. Some of them are not wearing their mask and they're risking contacting the infection. The case is the following. After knowing this person for 1 year, this lady decided she's going to go out and socialize with her friends, going hiking. However, in the trajectory of getting to the place where they were hiking, they were in a car together, more than one, about four people. It so happened that one person out of those four people was already infected with coronavirus. So it happened. Then this individual or this lady go and visit her boyfriend. He's 80 some years old, very healthy, in very good condition, have always taken good care of himself. However, she also contacted the virus and passed it on to him. Now the question is, if you are dating someone or if you meet someone online, are you willing to die for them? Because the truth is, from what I understand, that this person was so ill that he was thinking, this is it, I'm going to die, this is the end. Could not breathe, have to go to the hospital. Things were getting very critical. So they treated him and he's doing better, but still not out of danger. Now, can you imagine if you meet someone and you start dating them and they're not careful to who they connect and communicate with or are around, socialize with, and they transmit the infection onto you? That is not a good sin. First of all, you have to trust someone very well to be able to do that. Second, the question is, will you die for me? If I don't know someone very well, or I do not know them thoroughly, do I want to put myself in a position where I can get the virus and die for them? I will say the only way I will do that is if I'm in love with this person and I said, I will die for you. I will die for you, which is one of my poems in my book, Invisible Prince, where a woman feels just like people feel nowadays when they have the virus. They feel as if they're going to the dungeons of hell and experience hell before they come back. Because it feels like hell to be down into a gutter of no return and not know what's going to happen until you begin to breathe again. Then you feel human. Thanks God, I can say that I have been safe so far, and I will continue to take care of myself the most that I can. Although sometimes my job requires for me to have from patients to patient, I refuse to because I have got to look after number one. Now, if it was my parents, it matters not. It's family, and I will do whatever it takes. But for a stranger that I don't know, Will said I have to care very deeply for them to put myself in harm's way and die as a result. I will not. It all begins with you, the individual. You have to take care of you so that others are taken care of as well, and they're not in danger because of your careless disregard for others' life. I believe that if people go out and socialize with other people that they don't normally do, before they return to a loved one, they should stay away for at least 14 days or a week to make sure that they are not contacting the virus and put other people. With this said, I don't know how many people out there are taking advantage of the fact that we're in a virus and they still dating. Some people are. I dared to go on 3 dates and things did not go as well as I wanted them to be. So I restrained myself from it and I had rather be alone until this situation is over. Because I do not want to jeopardize myself in exchange, not even for love, because I can say that if you meet someone for the first time, maybe even the second, you're not in love with them, you just like them. There is just a connection or perhaps a physical attraction, and that's it, nothing else. In such a way, sometimes there's not even a sexual attraction because you have to get to know someone very well in order for you to feel that sexual connection that says, I really like this, really want to spend time with them, and I am really willing to do whatever to be with them. Because sometimes that's what it takes from a man's perspective when he cares for someone and he likes the woman a lot. He is willing to do whatever in order to be with this woman. As I was referring to one of my friends recently, that those who care for you back in the past, in the good old days, will sometimes show up at your door and let you know they're still interested in you. They like you and they want to know how you're doing. They will come back to you onto your door and say, I really miss you. I really care for you. But today in our society, it is beginning to get very difficult to find someone with those type of characteristics that value other people for who they are. It seems as if we have come to an awakening where we're either selfish, we know way too much what we want, we do not care, or we're not connecting emotionally and spiritually at a deep level with other people. It is just on a vague level, something that is superficial. You text me, I text you, I like you like me, I think you're beautiful, whatever. And then from there, just whatever happens, happens. When you begin to value yourself, those things don't have merits anymore. They don't have value. They don't mean anything to you. Um, it's as if you're looking for something deeper than that, a connection that is more intimate, that is more at a spiritual level than it is at a physical or emotional. Because once you have established that spiritual level connection, it's like fire. It's like igniting a fire with a little bit of fuel, just a tiny bit. You don't need much. If you take a match and this happens, that's how it is. That's how a spiritual connection happens because it begins from the inside. Then it reflects and it shows and it comes out and it has more potential because it's being built from the inside, not the physical aspect of what we see, which vanishes away and is vague because once you have done the superficial thing, then it's done and over with. There's nothing, no foundation, nothing to keep it there, nothing to make it flourish and continue to be something of substance, something that has value, something that you appreciate, something that you miss, something that makes you wake up in the morning, something that does not let you sleep because you think about it all the time and it feels good and it feels right. Unlike some of the fly by night that they come in and it's so ambivalent that all you can do is worry about what if, what's going to happen, where do I stand, what is the outcome of me being with this person that cannot make up their mind as to what is it that they want in life. They meet you on a site, on a profile, and they befriend you and they talk to you, and sometimes they call and sometimes they don't, and other times they miss you, and it's an imbalance. It's like a Libra. One is here, one is there. It's never perfectly balanced because the foundation of it did not start with a good energy. It didn't start from the inside. It didn't start with the connection of your soul to another soul. And it has nothing to do with a soulmate. It has to do with a spark. Like I show you with the match, that spark. It's there. You need nothing else because it's there. And once it's there, it begins to build like a never ending fire. Have you ever seen one of those fires from natural gas that burn? I know I used to see that in Nigeria a lot. They burn and burn, and you see it at a distance, and all you can think of, oh my God, so much value into that. There's so much money wasted when that is burning because it is coming from the ground and it has nowhere else to go. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the richness and the value that that has? I wanted to do a short video just on the fact of conscious dating during this pandemic, how it is important to be careful. You can still connect, you can still meet people, but you have to be very cautious. You have to ask questions. You have to know who they are. What is their social activities? What is it that they do? I mean, are they meeting a lot of people? Are they socializing with others? Do they live with a lot of people? Because I know personally, I refuse to work for patients that have people coming in and out, and I don't know where they have been, regardless of whether they're family or not, because I will put myself in jeopardy. It is a fact. Although, if you are alone with a patient, normally they say it is, the caregiver or the nurse or someone that's caring for them that brings the infection. You never know if it is a family member that brought it in and therefore transmitted it to that person, and you also got it. It's a chance that you take when you care for others. But as I say, would you die for me? Because that is love. And I think I'm willing to die for somebody I love, not just for a vague notion of I have to work and make money. And this is what life is all about. I don't live by coincidences and consequences. I organize how my life should be and the outcome of it so that I can be here. I still want to be here. And I'm sure you do too. So date consciously, be careful, beware, watch out for people that you don't know and who they socialize with. And if you're in love and you're willing to give it all, then go for it. More power to you. It's been a pleasure as usual. Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe to Conscious Dating Online. My name is Frances Mahan. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye.